Hey everyone, welcome to this training video on KQL Basic Operators. This training video is part of the series where I will cover the entire Kusto Query language. This is the second video in this series where I will discuss about the KQL Basic Operators to filter, project the properties and to aggregate the data. My name is Navneet Kumar and I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe it for future updates. Learning objectives of this video are understanding the basic operators in Kusto Query Language. That includes where, project, extend, take, limit, and summarize. So let us start without any further ado. The where operator in Kusto Query Language is used to filter the data or records based on the certain conditions. These conditions can be based on the particular columns that you want to collect the data from and using some comparison and logical operators. For an instance, in this example you see that Azure activity logs have been filtered by where operator where the level is defined to be critical, end is the logical operator used here, and then the activity status value is the another column. The comparison operator here is equal and then active. So at the end, I get the result where the Azure activity is actually critical by the level and the status value is active. Well, this is how we can use this where operator to filter the data. This is another example of where the Azure activities have been filtered by using the time generated. Greater than equals to is the comparison operator, and in ago the timestamp has been defined for 5 days. So these logs have been retrieved for the last 5 days by this operator. Well, this is how we use this where operator in Kusto Query Language. Next is the project operator. The project operator allows you to select the specific properties, or you can say the columns, from the table. You can compare it with the select statement that we have in the SQL as well. Here you will notice that after Azure activity, a pipeline character has been used to define the data flow. The data flows from the first command to second command or operator to operator. In the second line, where has been used. After that, the project operator has been defined to select the specific columns of the table. These are time generated, operation name value, level, and activity status value. You can define comma separated multiple properties that you want to select. In SQL we have select statement. Here we use the project statement. Well, this is not only to select the properties that we want to use, but sometimes we have a requirement to customize the properties. To customize the properties or to perform any transformation to the existing properties of the data, we use the extend operator here. The extend operator lets you create the new properties or columns in the query results by applying some calculations. Some calculations you can do on the right side in the expression, or you can perform the transformation to existing columns. For an instance, the second line that you see in this query is extend operator, where the operation property is a new property that is specified. So this is a new record or new property that you want to add to the existing data. Then equal, and then the expression has been specified. In this expression, the property name is literally taken, the original property or the existing property. So in the result, you see that the property name is appearing as operation, not the operation name value. In fact, in the project operator, in the third line, the property that has been selected to project is the operation, not operation name value. So in the output, in the final output, we have got this property operation. Well, this is not limited to this. You can use to perform some calculated properties That means that you want to create some new properties out of the some mathematical calculations you have done in the existing properties. For example, you have a record which has the start time and end time. You want to take a property called duration. So you can do the mathematics between the start and end time in the right side in the expression and generate a new property called duration for that record. Later, we will see these things in the demonstration. Next operator is take operator. Take is actually used to limit some properties, but it is slightly different than the limit. We have take and limit as two different operators here. In the take, it takes the top rows or top data or top records from the table. You can think of it like we use in SQL select top, and then we take the top data from the table. We can define the number of rows that we want to take. For example, here in the line number 4 you see take 3, which has limited the results to the top 3 results here. And if you look at the 3 results here, so they are from the date 23rd of March and 22nd of March, and the activity status values are active, success and start. Well, take is similar to the limit operator, but take is generally used when you want to specify the exact number of rows to retrieve from the top of the results, as you see in the explanation. Next is the limit operator. The limit operator is similar to take, but actually it is just to limit explicitly the number of rows that I want. It does not enforce the top rows or the top records. So it is just a limit, literally a limit. It does not ensure that only the top 3 rows will be retrieved from the data. As you see, if you look at the previous data, at the same time when it was executed with take, so right side property, if you see activity status value, so it was active, success and start. These 3 rows were there. But if you look at this limit operator, so the one in the center is failure. That is a different property that has been that is taken here actually. So this is how we use the limit operator. Next, we have the summarize operator that we can use to aggregate the data by specific properties. Aggregation of this data can be used with some functions like count, sum, average, minimum, maximum. As you see here in the example, that Azure activities have been summarized by the activity by level is a new property that has been created, and the function that has been used, so it is count to count by level. So actually the level property has some data like information, there are 9 logs, error there is 1, information there are 2. So we have done the aggregation of this data by specific properties. It was by level property that has been done in this example. For distinct properties also we can use this to figure out the distinct properties. As you see the example, summarize by operation name value and activity status value. So by these 2 properties we have found the distinct property values in this example. As you see on the left, Microsoft.security/data scanner/write, the first 2 property values look same, but actually at the second property, if you see, it is start and success, so 2 different values. So these are the distinct values that we have got, just like we use distinct in SQL. So that's how we can use this to get the distinct properties. Now let us look into a demonstration where we will see all these basic operators in action. Basic operators in Kusto Query Language. For this, I have accessed one of the log table, that is AzureActivity. If I run this tabular expression, then I get the result for this log type, or you can say for this table, where the Azure Activity log records have been ingested into this workspace. Now, for an instance, if I want to perform a count, then I can see that the total number of results in the Azure Activity I have got is 19. This is for the last 24 hours. This time frame has been defined from the editor directly, but if it is required, I can specify it within the query as well. Before that, let's talk about these operators one by one, which is where. Where we use to define the properties or to filter the records based on specific properties that we're looking for. For an instance, if I run this Azure Activity, now I want to filter this data. For an instance, I just want to see the logs with success value for this property, activity status value. So I can specify where the activity status value property, and then I can use the operator like equal operator, and then I provide this string value that is success. Now I run this query and I will be able to see the logs that have the success value in the last 24 hours. And also you need to ensure that you use this in small case. The Kusto Query Language is case sensitive about these operators. So as you see that if I use capital W, so it's not accepted. And as a best practice, actually it is good to keep everything small in scripting or programming. That is the idea here taken, to keep everything small. Now if I want, I can define the time frame within the query language. For an instance, I'm looking for the activity logs where the time generated property, for an instance, so time generated greater than a go operator I have used to define the time stamp here. For an instance, 3 days. So this will ensure that in the last 3 days, whatever the logs with this success property have been used, they will be displayed. So we can use multiple pipe characters for the data flow. So first we get the all records in the last 24 hours that you have seen 19 logs were there in total. Then I put that into where operator where time generated greater than 3 days. So in the last 3 days there will be more records now because that 19 records were there in last 24 hours. And then success. Now if I send this data again with this pipe and I count this data, so I have the success logs, number of logs 35 operations that have been performed in the last 3 days, that is counted. So this is how we can use our where operator. Now with this where operator, we can do filtering of any sort of requirement we have for these records when we have a large data set especially. Then the next operator is project, where I can specify what properties I want to see. For an instance, time generated is important for me. I want to see the next one, that is level, what kind of log it is, information, verbose, or what sort of log it is. Then the operation name value, so that is another thing. Activity status value, excuse me. So activity status value, I just need these 3 properties for an instance, so I can project them. These are the 3 properties. Suppose this activity status value doesn't sound good to me. I want to change it with something else. Then I can use the extend operator. The extend operator is used to create a custom property. For an instance, I want to call it operation and then activity status value. So operation result, what was the result of this operation, whether it was successful or failed. And then I'll define the equal, and then I will specify the actual property, that is activity status value. So it is my expression that comes here, and for this expression this property will be created. And now I need to use this property to see, because I have created a new property at this point. So if I run this query till this point here, so I will be able to see a lot of properties. Like I can see this activity status value, and I will be also able to see the operation result property that is here. And then I used project to select these three properties, and if I run this entire query, then I can see the three properties: time generated, level, and operation result. So that's how I can create a custom property or a calculated property to transform the existing properties. So this was an existing property, existing data, and that has been transformed to this. So for this transformation, this extend operator is used. Now I see a lot of results. If I do a count based on my filtering requirements, it was 35 rows that have been accessed. Now for an instance, I just want to take the top 5. So these are the top 5 logs. All of them are success, information type, and the date and time. So I can see these here. Now for an instance, if I want multiple filters, maybe success and information, so I want to use the operators like logical operators and or maybe or, and then I use this level property, and then I say level equals to critical, for example, or error. So since I have used or operator, so either this is success or the level is error, so those records will be displayed. I execute this query. So activity status value is success or the level is error. So I can use and or operators. Here you see this record is coming up here, even if it is not success, the result is failure, but I can see that here. So this is to collect the data, and then if I go with this take 5, so I see these top 5 properties, and I can see here success, and then I see one of them that is failure as well from here. Well, this is how we use the take. In fact, we can use the limit, that is just literally a limit on records that I want to see, but it is not like a top operator, just the top results. So this is also usable when you have a large data set to work with, then you can use it, but basically we use it with the sort operator to perform the ordering first in case the ordering is required by any of the properties. So first we have to use the sort to sort the results. We have the sort operator and sort by which property, and then we can specify that property, and then we can use the limit. So use it with sort in case you want to limit the results that you want to see. Now let us discuss about summarize finally. So if I pipe and say summarize, and if I do this summarize, let's say I want to count, or count method I want to use, I can go with that. There are several methods I can use with it. So summarize by, and by which property? So summarize by level, like what kind of logs, error or information, or maybe operation results, etc., like the success, failure that I want to see. So I can specify them, and let me remove this line from here because that is limiting to the data types here. So summarize by, so if I run this query till this point now, so there is one filter that has been removed, and now I will see more different type of data like information, critical, and different types of operation results. Now I want to summarize by, let's say, operation result. So I will use this operation result property, and it will summarize that I have start, success, active. These are the different distinct values. You can say this is distinct data, right? So started, you will see nothing is overlapping over here. In case I want to perform some operations, like I want the operation results, and I want to define a method for this. So summarize operation results, and I say count, and count method by, let's say, level. So I want to see this data by the operation results. So information, there are 75 logs. Information, there are 7. Error 2. Critical 1. This count method can help you to generate some numerical data, not only just distinct properties, but the numerical data. And then once this is done, then it can help you to generate the charts and etc. So for an instance, you want to create a pie chart for this. So it will generate the pie chart for Azure activity logs that have been aggregated by the log type. So I have the highest category here of information type of logs, and rest we have these. So this is how this summarization has been done and has helped me to generate the charts. So it is pie chart, bar chart, different types of charts I can generate. So this is the bar chart, and this is the column chart. So different types of charts we can generate here, and then we can create the dashboards based on our requirement by saving them to the dashboard here in Azure. Well, this brings to the end of this demonstration on basic operators of the Kusto Query language. I hope this was informative to you. Thanks for watching, and do subscribe the channel if you have not subscribed it yet. Thank you.